Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Connla. Connla is from Ireland, so let's see what Connla has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Connla, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How about yourself?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No problem at all.
So tell me, how was your day today?
Very busy. Up at 6 a.m. this morning, working
Uh-huh.
in the gym, and then I saw a friend for his birthday today, and he was asking me to be a groomsman at his wedding.
Wow, that's amazing. Were you expecting or not?
Uh, I was kind of thinking about it, but then I was thinking, well, we'll see what happens.
Wow. And tell me how your path crossed with your friend that you met today for the very first time.
So we met through friends of friends. We went to two different schools, but from when I was younger, I used to be friends with those people that he was friends with, and from
Okay.
that then we've became friends, and we've now been friends for probably the past 9 or 10 years.
Wow, it's amazing. And what's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
Biggest difference would probably be our styles of training that we have and kind of how we like to do things as such. And our biggest and our probably our biggest similarities is we support the same football team and we love similar sports.
Wow. Connla, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Belfast in Ireland.
Born and raised?
Yes.
So tell me, what was the biggest joy of growing up in Belfast, in your opinion?
I think the biggest joy for me growing up is just that we're all so different to the rest of the world. It's like everybody knows everybody. It's such a small place, so that if something happens, you'll hear about it quite quickly, and there's always a granny with a cup of tea waiting to tell you a story.
Amazing. And tell me, if I would come to Belfast for the very first time, tell me a place that I shouldn't miss it. What's the postcard of the city, in your opinion?
You've obviously got the Harden Wolf cranes, which are known as Samson and Glath, but you can never go wrong with going to somewhere, one of the Irish bars in Belfast and getting a pint of Guinness.
Amazing. So tell me, what do you do for work for a living, Connor?
I am a online coach and a gym owner.
Wow, so tell me a little bit more about your career, your journey, how everything started.
Yeah, so for me, I've kind of always had a passion for fitness, and from growing up watching the YouTubers who had the washboard abs, different things like that there, it was always something that I kind of wanted to achieve. And I kind of started watching their videos online. And from that, then I was talking to my physio one of the days, and she said that I should do my qualifications to become a personal trainer.
Mhm.
So I went down that route and I then got myself into a gym
Wow,
and I then started working there and it kind of took off from there, moved around a few different gyms and then from that then I got to the point of opening my own gym last year with a very good friend.
amazing. Oh, wow. And do you do online classes and also you do one-to-one as well in your gym where you want it or not?
Yes, so the online is more on a one-to-one basis for personal training.
Okay.
And the gym then I can offer one-to-one, but it is mainly for small group personal training. So it would be myself or one of the other coaches with four people.
Wow, amazing. Okay, Colin, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
But before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
So something interesting that people don't know about me is that my mum, she is disabled. So I've been looking after her for many years. It is the last 22 years. So it's
Wow.
been a long time, but it's just me and her. And from that then, we're a pretty good team, I'd say, and we know each other very well.
Wow, sweet. And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your mom?
Probably resilience and never giving up. From that, it's taught me a lot, especially with work and things like that, that when times get tough to keep pushing through. as they will get easier, and I've definitely seen that in the side of business.
Well, I think, we have our family, members, we have people around us, friends and loved ones, but our connection with our mom is just unique. It's different. It's something about it that, you know, it starts from since I think when they're carrying us, I think, it's always going to be there
Yeah, absolutely. Completely different. There's nothing like it.
for sure. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the interview, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yep.
Amazing. First question is, who is a celebrity you admire and why?
So he is retired now, but a celebrity that I've always admired is a Formula One driver called Sebastian Vettel. When I was growing up, he was someone who was at the top of his game and was always very competitive. And I would be someone who was quite competitive, so I could
Mhm.
resonate with him. And I got very fortunate on multiple occasions to meet him at the F1 events. So it
Oh,
was very nice to meet him. And they normally would say that you never should meet your heroes, but I'm glad I did because he was very down to earth and had a lot of time for me to ask questions and find out a bit about him and how he was able to get to the top of his game and be an elite athlete.
wow. As you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you support the same team as your friend, which team is that?
It would be Manchester United.
Wow, it's a big one. So tell me, three players of Manchester United that you always be inspired by or your favorite top players.
Yeah, so one of them obviously has to be Cristiano Ronaldo. You can just see from his game that he puts so much effort, inspiration into it, and just the time that he has for the game is just like exceptional to a different level. Another person that I've always liked is David Beckham as well, just for his skill and quality growing up in an area which wouldn't have always been the most affluent, but he was able to put the effort in, build up, and then you can look at him now own football teams all over the world, different things like that there. And I would probably say another person that I've enjoyed growing up would be someone like Roy Keane. He was a great leader on the pitch, and he is someone that was quite outspoken, and we obviously know how that ended up with him getting kicked out. But while he was at United, he was obviously a key player for them to, succeed.
Okay, so the question now is going to be a bit tougher. One day, you're going to wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from those three you just mentioned right now. Which one you call back straight away? Which one you send a message? I'll call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, you just ignore him for now.
So I think from that, the first person I have to call back is Ronaldo. He's just a renowned player. Everybody knows him. You never know what he'd be asking for. I definitely have to text Roy King because I think he would come and headbutt me or something like that if I hadn't. And I'm sure David Beckham could get over it if I wasn't to message him back for a bit.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just ignored David Beckham right now.
Sometimes it has to be done.
Amazing. And you always being a big football lover?
Yes, I would say my first real experience of watching football properly would have been the 2008 Champions League final when United beat Chelsea on penalties.
Wow. It's interesting you say about football because I'm from Brazil. So, football in Brazil, it's
Yeah.
always been a big thing. And I remember actually as a child, I think the very first time when I realized that Brazil was like a massive, when we won the World Cup 1994. Now you can see how old I am, more or less. So it's funny because I never forget, like, everyone was the streets and my dad was like crazy and everyone, we were celebrating the street. And I was like, my God, it, that's when I understood about a little bit about the World Cup, about football, and how big football was in Brazil, still is. And I get your point. I think I love watching those World Cups, Euro Cup, or those, main games that I love that brings people together. And it's always this, seeing people cheering up and, put this, like this energy. I think I love those. I think they're great moments for sure.
Yeah, definitely takes your mind off kind of life and it just allows you to be enjoying moments of brilliance that can win you games or finals for like the World Cup.
Totally. Yeah. And I'm so when I watch those finals, trust me, I'm the worst person. I scream, my nerves, it's clap. I don't know if you ever watch a football with Brazilian like finals because we just like get into the whole emotions and yeah, it's uh it's an event.
Yeah, definitely.
Next question. Okay, next question for you is, what's your funniest memory of your time at school?
So, one of the funniest moments that we have would probably be one of the times that we were messing about in the PE hall and we were kicking footballs around the changing rooms and we ended up breaking a couple of lights. And the teachers came down the stairs chasing after us then because we had obviously broken some of the school lights. And after that, then we wouldn't own up to who it was. So we were all getting in trouble, being made to do extra work in the PE hall after.
Did you like school growing up?
It was a mixture. I enjoyed it sometimes because my friends were there, but the learning wasn't my favorite thing, but it kind of had to be done.
And who was your favorite teacher at the time? Do you remember?
Yeah, it probably would have been one of my politics teachers. They were very funny and they were very relatable.
Connla, when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Connla?
I love the determination that I have to achieve the goals. So, for
Hmm.
instance, opening the gym, making it successful. I'm not there yet, but we're definitely getting that way. I take success as either a pass or fail. There's no in between. I
Hmm.
would always use the saying, aim for the stars, and if you don't reach them, at least you're closer. That's kind of what I would use to kind of, soften the blow. But if I set myself a goal, that number or more is what I would say is acceptable for me.
And you've always been this way.
Yes.
And why do you think this determination, this no, comes from? What do you think? It's something based, maybe in some life experience, or maybe people around you. What do you think comes from?
It's because the way I want to live my life, I've always been someone that isn't the best at listening to rules. I like to make my own. So I have to set myself high expectations to make sure that I can be better than other people, but not in a way that's like bad. It's just I want to try and be the best I can be.
I see. Okay, next question. Let's do it. You like dancing?
Not the biggest fan of it. I'm not very good at it.
Tell me something. So tell me before the next question, what's the biggest joy of being a fitness trainer? What do you like the most about it?
The biggest thing I would say is seeing people transform their lives, becoming people that they want to be, and helping them along that journey.
And what's the name of your gym?
It's A and C Performance Gym.
Tell me what do you like the most about running a business as a gym, and what do you find most challenging about it?
I like being the owner and being able to make my own decisions,
Uh-huh.
but obviously there's loads of expenses with it, and I don't like having to pay them all. But it's important to make sure that I do pay them all so that we can keep running. But as time goes on, obviously those expenses will become less as more people join the gym.
And how about Belfast? Do you think the competition? There are so many gyms. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I've been living in London for so many years, and I realized that everywhere you go, there's always a gym in the corner. Every corner, I realized that there's always more and more fitness places. Not just gyms. Sometimes you see those places where they do those classes as well.
Yeah.
So how do you see that in Belfast? You as a gym owner, do you think that it's a lot of competition, or it's growing more, or how do you see that?
Yeah, there's definitely more competition, but the way I try to look at things is I don't worry about other people. I
Mm-hmm.
focus on myself and that providing that I can provide the best service possible for the people in my gym, then there's no reason to worry because if I do the best that I can, then there's no reason for me to be worried about others because if I do a good job, then other people will hear about it and they'll want to try me out.
I see. Okay. Next question is, how would you like to be remembered in life?
I would like to be remembered for someone who was a bit funny at times, just being able to have a good laugh with people. Someone
Uh-huh.
who always stayed true to his word and was someone who was able to achieve everything that he wanted to. So, not having any regrets.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
The meaning of life is to take it with a pinch of salt. It's not guaranteed to anybody, but at the same time, you need to enjoy it and make sure that you can have fun along the way.
Wow. Tell me a life lesson that you've learned through life, that life has taught you, that you feel very grateful for it.
A life lesson that I've learned is to not be so serious with everything. You'll
Mhm.
never know what's going to happen. So it's important to enjoy things while you can because, as the saying goes, tomorrow is never guaranteed.
And what will be the title of your memoir? Let's say that, one day you leave your life story in a book. Someday you're going to leave something there for people to read it, for people to connect it. And what will be the title of it?
Fast and Furious.
Wow. And why is that? Why that's name?
So obviously my love for F1 is massive. So I feel like that needs to be in there. And the Furious comes from just having such a busy, hectic life. I'm trying to maybe not be at 100 mile an hour all the time, but I definitely feel like that I am with the amount of effort that I put into everything that I do.
And when people read it, what's the biggest message that would you like people to take with them?
To understand that change takes time and that you need to be patient. A lot of people I feel today don't have patience or can't concentrate long enough, but it's important to remember that nothing changes overnight and that if you can have the discipline to remain and stay consistent, that then if you look back at your life, you'll be able to notice the changes that have happened.
You're totally right. I think nowadays we are so fast with everything, everything's so fast, like our lives, our the surround us, is everything very fast. And we're always impatient, including myself, feel very impatient as well. You come across a more calm person. It's something that it's right. Talking to you is the first time talking to you, but you come across a calm person, or you just somehow sometimes you just can somehow control yourself.
I would say that there's a time and a place for being calm. So I have
Hmm.
kind of built my life up in a way that I'm able to switch off. It does take a bit of time. But when I need to be, I'm at 100%. So, I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm in the gym for 6. If I'm in the gym for 6, I'm giving people the energy that I'd be giving to people at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 12 o'clock. Nothing changes. So for me, it's being able to learn that balance of when to be full on and when I'm able to reserve energy. And just from that, I've been able to learn how to basically control that to make sure that I can give everybody the same Connla.
And you always being an early bird.
Definitely not. Not until I started working on my first gym. I wouldn't have been an early bird. And in the beginning, I would have done one early start in the morning. And every Sunday, I would have been scared of going to bed in case I slept in. And I was also just nervous because it didn't feel normal going to bed so early.
And for you, of course, being a fitness trainer, you need to look after your diet. You need to present yourself in a good shape. I think every fitness trainer, they're business cards. You know what I mean? When I think
Yeah.
I always see that. Do you have some guilt pleasure food that sometimes you just light, just somehow you find yourself feeling guilt or something, or not? You are very flexible regarding that.
I would be quite flexible, but there's definitely times where I've had to be quite rigid in my diet. If I'm going through a specific phase, then I've had to be a lot more rigid with things. When I was doing my bodybuilding show last year, I had to be obviously very aggressive with the diet and training that I did. Whereas now I'm able to be a bit more relaxed and enjoy myself a little bit more with some of the foods I'm eating.
What's some a food that you love it, but you need to avoid time to time?
I would say crisps and chocolate.
And how often do you eat then?
Right now, I would maybe have one Twix a week, possibly. And crisps can be hit or miss. It could be 2 months, it could be 2 days.
Wow.
I wouldn't buy it into the house, so it's very rare that I would have my favorite packet of crisps these days.
There's something that you don't like to eat, but you eat it because you know it's good for you.
No, not really. For me personally, I love more or less all foods. There's very few foods that I don't like. If I don't like them, I just avoid them. But I could probably eat any food that you put in front of me, bar mushrooms.
I see. Okay. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is what's something you always wanted to do but you're scared of?
One thing I've always been scared to do is move away from home.
Hmm.
And I think that's just because I've never had the guidance or experience or advice to maybe do it.
Hmm.
And all being well this year, I will finally do that for the first time. I think even just opening the gym, which was quite unpredicted, it just came about. And, for me, it's just building that kind of life that I want.
And if you could live anywhere, like if you could choose a place to live, to, start a new life or to maybe make some business or, open another gym or something, where that would be.
Definitely Dubai.
Wow. And why Dubai?
The weather mainly would be the reason. In Belfast, the weather is crap. It's always grey, raining, whereas Dubai is the complete opposite. It's blue skies, sandy white beaches, and the sun is always shining.
I see. And if you had the superpower to go anywhere in the world, right this moment, right now, where would you go and why?
I'd say Japan.
Okay.
The reason why is because it is so different in culture to Ireland. It would be a complete experience for me, and it is definitely somewhere that I would love to go to. That is because it's on my bucket list of adventures, anyway, that's for sure.
The same here, Connla, the same here as well. I think Japanese culture, I just always been very fascinated about it. Then I used to work in a five-star hotel a few years ago, and I remember we had guests from all over the globe. And it was so interesting when the Japanese arrived at the hotel, the way they approach you, the way they talk to you. It's such a difference. Like not wrong or right, just difference. Yeah. I think they're ahead the way they talk to you. And I think when
Yes,
I go to Japan for the first time, I think I will come back a different person.
absolutely. I think it's the technology advancements that they have as well is something that would interest me. I'm someone who loves technology as well, and
Uh,
obviously being able to see that would be quite fascinating.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Right, so let's go back to your gym again. So tell me, something that stands out compared with other gyms in Belfast. What do you think a unique thing about the gym, or maybe a job that you provide, itself that's somehow people they connect with it?
I think that a uniqueness about it is how it's run. And I mean, other gyms could be run in the same way where, we look after the members, they train in groups of four. But I think it's just that kind of spin that me and my business partner put on it. It's got
Mhm.
our blood in it. We run it the way that we want to. People are happy. They're able to get results, feel confident at our gym. And also, it's a safe space. So if people feel like, there's something going on, they're able to create friendships as well so that they always have people to talk to and even have people who are in a similar situation to them possibly so that they're able to realize that they're not alone.
Amazing. And being a business owner, and also, as you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, that you have this personality of being very motivated about life, about your work and your career. However, there's a day that you can completely relax or disconnect of everything, or for you, it's difficult. Even if you want to, in the back of your mind, you need to maybe to check your phone or to check email or to check something, or you can disconnect somehow.
Again, I think for me, just with practice over time, I'm able to disconnect. However, I don't like to fully dissociate myself when I go on holidays because I think it's important to keep in touch. But the point of, being on my laptop or always having to check something, I could switch off for 3 or 4 days. But I know the guys are always, in need of help in some way. So it's good to just stay in contact to make sure that they're doing okay. But again, when I'm on holidays, the good thing is I have other people around me to support me while I'm away, but also at the same time support me to realize that it's okay to take a break.
Amazing. Next question is, good question. What does family mean to you?
I would say family is very important. Growing up, I've been able to lean on them as I've got older. I'm an only child, so it's been very important to rally around my family, ask them for advice when needed, and without them, I would say I'd be pretty lost because they've been very influential in my life.
Wow. As you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, I believe you're the closest person in your life right now is your mom to you.
Yes.
Okay, so she's watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
A bit of a Belfast joke. Mum, you're a melter, or should I say, Ma, you're a melter. But love you, and keep doing what you're doing. It's very inspirational.
Sweet, very sweet. Last question. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, two questions in one. The first part of the question is, tell me a moment in your career as an online fitness, coach or through your fitness journey that you're never gonna forget. Could be a feedback from a client or a session or a situation or something that's for you so far you're gonna hold close to your heart. And the other part of the question is work with people. There's a lot of energy exchange there, you know what I mean? And I always see personal trainers as a therapist as well, because people they share a lot, they share a lot, and sometimes you need to somehow connect with them and you put yourself in their shoes and you give some advice as well. And I believe that sometimes those maybe energy or maybe some facts that they're sharing with you can be a bit negative or something about their personal life. My question for you is there is a way for you to block yourself maybe from those energy not to bring to your personal life, or how do you manage that?
Yeah. So the first part of the question, it's kind of two parts for me. So the first one I'll never forget is the growth of the business to where it has been today or when it's been its best. And that's just because obviously hard work was put in and I had to make sure I did hard work. One part that I'll never forget is the first gym that I worked in. I worked probably about 30 minutes away from where I live. So obviously word of mouth is quite important. And at one point I started losing a lot of members because in the gym that I used to work in, the people or members of that gym would have went to other personal trainers because they were more well known. So I had to take a leap of faith and move over to where I live, and it was quite difficult because that was the first time that I had to make decisions for myself and, take opportunities as they came. Then, based on your second part of the question, for me, I make sure that I can connect well with the people that I train. I have to make sure that they aren't tire kickers or someone who is coming in to, upset the balance that I have. So it's very important for me to be able to work with these people, and anybody that I don't get on well with, I will kind of in a polite way make it understandable to them that this won't be able to continue, because for me it's important to make sure that we can get on well as we will develop a close personal relationship as I know learn more about that person.
And most of your clients or the people that you work with, they are females or male?
It would be a mixture, probably either a 50-50 or a 60-40 split in favor of men.
I see. Okay. Last question is, what's the biggest prize you ever won?
The biggest prize I ever won, um, there's a few, I would say. One of the biggest ones, I love playing pickleball, and I would say that's up there. But the biggest prize for me I've ever won personally is I won my bodybuilding show last year, so I am currently the natural Irish champion at the novice class.
Wow, so tell me about the journey, how the opportunity came along.
Yeah, so the opportunity came along through basically watching my favorite YouTubers online, and they were doing, bodybuilding shows, and I got interested for it. I obviously got an itch for going to the gym, training bodybuilding, and I thought as a hobby to try something different to push myself to an extreme level. So last year, I had my coach who's been with me for 2 years now, and we made the decision that we were going to do a show. So we started my competition prep this time last year, and that went right through until the 17th of May. And yes, it was very tough along the way, but also very rewarding because of the outcome.
And you still hold the title.
Yes, I'll
And
hold
when
that until May.
I see, and when you hold it, there is something that you need to do it, like some schedules or some show or presentations or not.
No, there's nothing like that at the moment.
I see. Okay. So then yet, let's play now the word association game. Okay. I'm going to say some words, just the one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Yes,
Let's start with money,
freedom,
family,
happiness,
fear,
progress,
life,
love,
and one word for love,
and a word for love, um, friendship,
religion,
peaceful,
sex,
experience,
politics,
eventful,
friendship,
necessary,
desire,
achievable,
regret,
learning,
success,
power.
wish,
What was that word? Sorry.
wish.
Wish,
Yeah.
gift,
Happiness.
joy,
One word for Belfast.
home,
One word for fitness trainer.
knowledgeable,
One word for Manchester United.
love,
Wow, that was like goes right away. What's the name of your gym again?
A and C performance gym.
One word for it. What would you say?
Special.
Oh, sweet. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Connla in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you.
I would say that they would tell you that I am very determined in what I do and I am very focused on my goals. And the one negative that they have is probably that I'm a perfectionist. And as a result of being a perfectionist, everything has to be done right. And as a result, I can spend so too much time on something and can obviously get quite frustrated if it doesn't go my way.
If I would ask the same question to your mom, would be the same answer?
Yes.
Wow. Let's play now, Connla, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before I answer the question, people watch this interview right now. Maybe they would like to connect with you to have them as a, as a fitness trainer, or maybe have some advice. What's something that the work that you provide that stands out?
So the work that I provide that stands out is that I'm building a community of people who are in a similar situation. There are people who are like-minded because they want to achieve the same results. They're all in my gym to better themselves, and I'm here just to help them along that journey. The way I
Mhm.
like to describe it is I'm the shepherd guiding the sheep to where they want to be.
Great. Okay, you can ask me a question now, Connla.
Yes. So my question that I have for you is, what would you love to experience before you die?
Great question. What great question. Wow. Wow. Because we talk already about Japan, the first thing that came to my mind was about Japan, but I would like to give another answer because that would be too easy. Something I would like to experience, actually. Wow. Great question. Great question. Well, okay. Okay. It's connect with that. I think one of, I traveled some places in the world. However, I haven't been in Asia before. So I was thinking about that actually this week, and I think, oh my God, there's so many beautiful place like Thailand, some place that I would love to visit. And I think that the same as we talked before about Japan, I would like to spend some time there as well, because I've seen so many people, friends going there and sharing so many places that they've been in their paradise. So I think it's something that I'd like to experience. It's spending some time there, not just one place, but explore the beauty, those paradise islands that they have there. I'd love to explore that, in a long term, like for a few months or weeks or something, that I can just be there and enjoy traveling around Asia. Yeah, something
Yeah.
that I'll think about that this week actually.
Yeah,
Great.
that's cool.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, I did.
Thanks again, Colin. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting my invitation. I love to see passionate people here on the show, people that come, sharing their passion, sharing their journey. And I think it's a great place to be. So carry on. Good luck with your business and with your journey as well. That I think is just the way to go. Always, ahead. And I
Yeah.
think you know that very well, because I can feel your vibe and know that you're very determined in what you do, and I think it's a great place to be. So thanks again for taking your time. I know time is precious nowadays, you
Yeah.
know, and when sometimes take their time for us, it's precious. So I appreciate your time to be on the show. Thanks again.
Yes, thank you, William, for having me too. I do appreciate it.
And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Yeah, positive message that I would give is realize that time is precious. If there's something that you're wanting to do in life, don't sit and think about it. Just do it, because the worst thing you can do is have regrets as you get older.
Amazing. Thanks again. Regards to your mom, to your friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay, have a good
Perfect.
night.
Thank you. Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.